Hey guys, it's ISO here, back again with another video, and in this video I'll be talking about some tips that are really useful and helpful for questing and leveling new characters and all that stuff. And keep in mind there are timestamps throughout the video, so you don't have to watch the whole video. If you don't feel like it, just scroll through, see if there's any tip that you don't know. If you already know, you can skip through it, just click on a different timestamp. But yeah, once again guys, it's just a video with a couple of tips that'll help you quest and level faster. But yeah, enjoy the video. Alright guys, so the first tip I have for you guys is enchanting your spells. Even at an early level, you can enchant your spells and essentially make them really strong. Earlier levels, you don't get enchants until like level 52, I believe. So enchanting your spells through like Croc, Maribel, and stuff like that can help a lot. And you'll one-shot the mobs and stuff. You won't need a lot of stats and stuff like that. The only problem with this tip is that you need monstrous TC. You can't use Gargantuan because you need to be level 55 to use Gargantuan TC. So you need monstrous TC. And you're going to need to know somebody that can take you to either the Archivist in Celestia District of the Stars or the Arcanum, and you're going to need gold. So if you know someone that can take you to the Arcanum, you just teleport to them, or the Archivist, the District of the Stars. So you port to them, you talk to the librarian right here, and you can actually buy this treasure card for 250 gold. And it's not a lot. Like, you can buy 100 of them for 25,000 gold, and you'll get that at one point from just questing. And essentially there is no level requirement to use this. Let me show you here. You can be on a low level character, you can be on like a level 30 character. So this is my level 4 character, right? And I actually have some gold on him, so I'm gonna buy it right now. See, I can buy it. I can't buy Gargantuan because it's level 58, but monstrous, I can buy monstrous. It lets me buy as many as I want. You just buy it and you just put it into your deck normally, and you can actually use this enchant on your normal spells. So for example, this like 1 pip bloodbath hit will get enchanted plus 175, and that's a lot of damage. Some mobs have that much HP in like Crocotopia, Marleybone, and stuff. So this would be my first step until you get access to the monster spell itself, which I believe is at level 56. So until then, you can actually just use these enchants and quest through, and it'll help you a lot. Alright guys, so the second tip I have for you guys is fleeing the battle after killing the minion that comes with the boss, so you can have an easier fight. Let me show you what I mean. So essentially, usually, if you're solo questing, or even if you're group questing, there's usually a boss and a minion, right? In these type of like sigil dungeons or sigil boss fights. So as we can see, we go in here, walk up to the boss. This boss is accompanied by a minion, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna kill the minion and we're gonna flee. And if you're not struggling with the minion there, then you don't need to do any of this. So let's just enchant an all hit real quick. It doesn't matter if we use our pips. We're just trying to kill the minion here. So what happens is after you kill the minion and you flee and you dungeon recall back without switching realms, without logging off or anything, just flee normally. Get wisps or pop your potion and take your dungeon recall back. And I believe you want to do this like as soon as possible, because I think after a certain time the minion does respawn back, and this fleeing thing won't work. So right here we're gonna kill the minion. Just any hit. Your goal is to just kill the minion if the boss fight is hard. So the minion is dead. What we're gonna do is we're gonna flee. Pop your potion, maybe get a wisp from around here, just pop a potion, take the dungeon recall back, and it'll put you back in the boss fight. And as you can see, there's no minion, and you could just fight the boss one-on-one. And this will be much easier. It'll save you time if you're struggling. You can just focus on blading and stuff. There won't be a random myth minion that's gonna earthquake you or anything like that. But yeah guys, that's my second tip for you, and let's get on to the next one. Okay guys, so the third tip I have for you guys is like, I believe that it's like a pretty important thing, because I've noticed that not a lot of people who are questing do this. I've encountered a lot of people, while questing with them, or like you team up and stuff like that, and it's like a certain round and they need a hit and they don't pull their cards. My third tip to you guys would be to make a small deck. It really goes a long way. You want to pull your cards as fast as possible. You don't want your deck to look something like this. You don't want to put in like 50 blades, like 50 traps, and like a bunch of hits. You don't want it to be anything like that. Gauge how much you need in a fight. So, and don't put in exactly how much you're gonna need. Put in like 1 extra or something like that. You know what I mean? So let's say it's a boss fight, you know, you're only going to use like 2 or 3 hits, right? So put in like 2 enchants or 3 enchants, you know, put in a tempest, put in a finisher hit, I don't know, like something that does a lot of damage. In this case, I guess a Stormzilla, you know, if you're low level, Triton, and you know, put in like 2 blades, 1 sharpen, maybe like 1 feint, 1 Ellie blade, you know, just like this. Like keep a small deck like this, 2 sharpens, 2 storm blades, 2 Ellie blades, you know, to keep it small. Pull everything. Maybe if you have a pet with a blade, you could pull that as well. And you know, keep a deck small like this. Like, and if you're at the higher levels, you know, put in like a non-shadow all hit and put in a shadow all hit, because in PvE getting shad pips is random. So there are not random, but there is a higher chance of getting them compared to like PvP. So you know, maybe you'll pull it, you know, have like a bugs, you can hit this first round and kill all the minions, stuff like that. But keep a small deck so you can pull all your cards and you can have your hits ready. You know, there's no reason for you to have 6 bugs in your deck or like 7 tempests. You're not going to use all 7 in a normal boss fight, especially when you're questing. You're only going to use like 2 or like 1 even, and use like a finisher spell or something like that. So yeah, that would be my 3rd tip for you guys. You know, keep a small deck so you can pull all your cards and it'll be much easier and faster. Alright guys, so the 4th and final tip I have for you guys is having a pet with a blade or a buff or some type of all hit. And you know, I'll put up pictures of what you should run for each school, what I believe is the best pet, you know, and I'm gonna put free to play pets that aren't like crowns only, and you can find them in the kiosk as well. You know, what cards would help you the most. For a general rule of thumb, for most schools, you want a pet with a blade. You want a pet with a blade or a pet with an all hit for schools such as life and death, you know, that get their all hits later on, compared to something like a fire that gets their all hit around the level 20s, I believe. Yeah, so you want something with a blade or a feint. You know, a pet that gives you a feint works as well, but a blade goes a really long way. You know, it helps you stack buffs and stuff like that. Alright guys, that was my 4th and final tip, and those are all the tips I have for questing. I wanted to put tips, you know, that a lot of people would want to see something like different to an extent. You know, everybody says the same thing, you know, find better gear, stuff like that. I wanted to put something different that I don't see a lot of videos mentioned that often. But yeah, you know, you can skip around, there's like timestamps for different things. But once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. You know, in the next video, please subscribe, it helps a lot, and I hope I can keep making content for you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.